Before the video starts, I want you to all watch this little gameplay clip here, and that will allow you to all understand what's going on further in the video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and let's go. Yo, how you doing that session? Jin does a lot here, and it looks like it's got a lot of range, and it may hit grounded opponents. So when you're just lying on the floor, it may hit you then. And you can also see it may catch sidestepping opponents and side walking opponents due to its circular motion in the move. Now it looks very similar to Juggernaut's down 2 and Law's silent entry 2 and Devil Jin's down back 2. And it puts both characters into crouching, so the only thing they can do from there is while standing moves. Now you can see he does while standing 4 here, and then after that he does down 1. Now this used to knock down, but now it's a power crush, and it goes through the opponent. So before, Devil Jin and Jin used to do this move and used to knock the opponent down. Now here you can see it just pushes the opponent back. However, you've got an additional move here, which is included within the move. So I don't know if it is something that happens automatically or something that you have to press. So you can see here again it goes right through the opponent, and here you've got really good Oki. So when you're behind your opponent, the Oki is incredible. As you can see again, it does corpse thrust and it goes right through the opponent. And the Oki here you can get is dangerous. So it'll help us a lot. And then he does sidestep 2 here into a hell sweep. Now I'm not sure if this CD4 is going to be included within the move, because it does look like a very special stance as his eyes glow red, and then he goes into a hell sweep into a smashing attack, which is 2. So he does CD4 2, which is quite interesting. Again, we see it, and his sidestep has also been improved, because before in Tekken 7 you couldn't step forward 3 from Kazuya that much. So then you can see again he does the smashing attack. So this is something new now. Jin didn't have a sidestep move which was included within his sidestep before, and now he does, which is excellent. Now, another thing is that this Oki you get off of CD4 into 2, which is the slamming attack after the hell sweep or the knockdown low, is actually very good because now you can get launch or whatever you want from that. So it's very good. Now this is a certain buff. So Jin has been improved here because before 2-4 would knock down, but now it puts the opponent into a mix-up. And you can see Jin, he goes into stance from 2-4, which is a 10 frame punish, and then he goes into his floaty high flying kick. So he goes into 2-4 into Zen, which is what this stance is called, and then he goes into a flying kick, which is floating above the opponent for a while. So I'm not sure how much this move can evade, but it looks like it will be a very good add-on to Jin. And all is welcome new moves when it comes to my own character, so that's good. And the other thing which is very interesting about this is that he does 2-4 punish into Zen into the high flying floaty kick. And now you can see how he falls on the ground. You may be able to get something guaranteed from that, which may be the new law. Or other than that. Now, Oki means when you hit the opponent on the ground and he's on the ground, and then you can do something else before he gets up, which will attack him if he tries to get up or anything like that. That's what it is. Now take a few moments and observe this picture. You can see how Kazuya's head is on the floor and his feet are away from Jin. Now in this position, you can get guaranteed moves. Yeah, so whether it be down 4 or the new low or something else. And you can also go for Oki if you want more damage and you're greedy for that. So that's what that is. Now Jin does the normal everyday ECD1 here, which means electric crouch dash uppercut, basically. That's what that is. And then he does a new move here, which is 1-2-1, which is that stylish flip. And after the stylish flip, he does back 3 Zen 1+2. Now I'm not sure if it's gonna be 1+2 at the end or something else. So let's look at this move again. You can see that when Jin does this new move here, he jumps in the air. Now this can also be very good because it looks like he will evade a lot, which is really good news towards Jin mains. And other than that, and then this move here looks like it will carry to the wall quite far. Looks almost similar to back threes and 1-2. So these are things that we're gonna have to take into consideration, and maybe this will be the max damage ender for most of Jin's combos. Don't know that yet. But we can see that his new move does evade quite a bit, which reminds me of Devil Jin's up 4, which is really good. And then after that, you get a lot of info here where Jin does his 1+2, or it may be something different, but it does look very similar to 1+2 into his heat drive. So this is Jin's heat engager, and after he hits the move, he does a heat dash into wild running 2 or forward 2 into geyser, and then it looks a bit different due to him having heat activated. So because he has got heat activated now, it looks a bit different into 1 into 3. Now again, we see here that while standing 4-4, this is -15. I'm gonna say again -15, and then Jin either does 1+2 or another move because we're not sure on the move list yet. So then after doing that move, he goes into heat dash because this is a heat engager, remember, and then goes into either wild running 2 or forward 2 into geyser, and then he does a twirl into a kind of cartwheeling reverse kick. Yeah, so a reverse cartwheel kick. So that's really interesting there. Now, one thing you need to know is that this move, if it is 1+2, then it looks very similar to those other Tekkens like Tekken 4 and so on. In Tekken 7, whenever we would block a while standing 4-4, our 1+2 would not reach. So a lot of Jin players wouldn't actually use 1+2 as a punish. Now, because they've buffed it up, this will probably engage more players into using that. Then after that, you see something incredible here where Jin goes into forward 4 into 1. So forward 4, Zen 1. Now this means we won't need to do the no stance anymore. So after that it goes into heat burst. And note that he's still in heat. So this ender, I'm not sure if it's gonna work without heat. So then it goes 3-1 into Zen 3 plus 4. And it does an interesting hit. Or knockdown rather. So we may not need to go and put ourselves through the hassle of doing the no stance forward 4 counter hit combo anymore. So yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. So you can see heat burst also kind of elongates the combo. It increases the amounts of hits in the combo. So that's really interesting and it's something which is a nice touch. So again, count it forward 4 into Zen 1. Not sure what the command is exactly. And then it goes into heat burst, which is a slamming attack. And now remember he's in heat, so I'm not sure if this actually increases his speed of all his moves or whatnot. So then he goes into 3-1, then 3 plus 4. And then we see what people have been bragging on about and been talking about a lot, the talk of the community. So he does this new move, which looks more like Lydia's attack. And then he goes into heat dash again. So this is also a heat engager. And then he does the move which everyone's talking about, red eyes into omen. Now this is something which is a big thing when it comes to Jin. And then he does savage sword which flips the opponent, which may give us really good Oki. So again he does this new move which is a heat engager into a heat dash. And notice that Kazuya isn't knocked down yet, he's still standing. Then Jin, he does the reversal, and this reversal now is Power Crush, and it looks similar to Devil Jin's kind of reversal. Then Omen, after his eyes go red, and remember he's in heat again, so this may not happen, this flip may not happen when he's not in heat. So you need to keep that in consideration. So again, he does the heat engager into heat dash into the reversal, and then the reversal wall splats now, so that's good. And then after that, you can see the wings come out a little bit as well. And after that, Omen, after his eyes are red, so a crouch dash, red eyes into Omen, into down back 2-2-3, which is Savage Sword, and then the flip happens. So I'm not sure if Omen will be there without heat. So if he hasn't got heat, will he still have Omen? We're not sure. We're going to address some questions at the end, which are major questions. And then minor questions we'll figure out in the game. Right, so again, red eyes into Omen. As you can see, high wall splat, so you can probably get jab down by 2-2-3 or electric down, jab down by 2-2-3. These things, you can probably get all that. So we'll check down the now you can see that Jin does either forward 4-2 or wild running 2, and then he goes into a heat dash into his geyser, which is back forward 2-1, down forward 2, which flips the opponent upside down, or rather flips the opponent into a somersaulting effect. And then he does back 3 Zen 1-3. Now I'm not sure if Zen 1-3 has fully lost this wall carry, or this is a kind of specific timing thing where it's like a dust frame where you have to press this button in order to get this. So it's like that. And then after you can see that Jin is in heat before he does this move. So this is why this move may be amplified, and that's why you can get this combo. So remember, when he's in heat, whenever a character is in heat, all his moves are amplified. Now I'm not sure if it's all his moves or most of his moves, but we can see from this trailer that most of his moves have been amplified. Everything that he's done when he's in heat looks like it is more dangerous. So this is something we need to keep in mind. And then the other thing is that Jin maybe now has a faster electric. As you can see, they both did electric at the same time. But Jin's beat out Kazuya's. Now we know from Tekken 7 Kazuya's electric is at 13 frames. So Jin's now must be 12. Now this will be really good for us if it is. And if it is 13 as well, that's awesome as well. And then he does his rage out. And there's not much to say here. There's just like little cinematic effects. And then after that, one thing I will say though is that he is behind the opponent, and that is some really good Oki. And that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching. So now just going to dwell into the major questions that I've got. The first one is that heat. After heat goes, does your moves become way more weaker than it was at the start of the round? So when you were fresh and fine, then you used heat. Does that mean your adrenaline's gone from your character? Does that mean the moves that you've done now have become weaker on hit and on block? And they are more worse than the start of the round? I'm not sure about that. And does that mean that it makes your character more lethargic, more tired, more slower? I'm not sure again. And the other thing is that Omen, is it something that just happens out of heat? Or does he have it all the time? And if he has it all the time, is it as damaging as it was when Heihachi had it in Tekken 7? And is it also a combo starter? This is something I need to know. And is it also a combo kind of addition as well? So can you kind of elongate your combos when you use Omen within your combo? This is something I need to know, because if that is the case, then it's a game changer. And his electric, I need to really know if it is gonna have that evasiveness as the Omen. So the Omen, is it gonna have this evasiveness as Heihachi had it in Tekken 7 as well, where he could go under mids? That's what I need to know. And his electric, does it still go under highs? I need to know that as well. His health sweep, does it still combo? Not sure. And the other thing I've been wondering is that the tailspin, is that still in the game? Because you saw it at the first trailer. But then the strangest thing is, after that trailer, there hasn't been a tailspin in every single one of these trailers. So these are just some of the major questions I've got. But hopefully very soon we'll find out all the answers to these questions. I hope that Jin has had a major buff. And lastly, we're just going to talk about an interesting feature regarding his voice in Tekken 8 and the way he is. Now I'm just going to talk about the voice of Jin Kazama in Tekken 8 and something similar to that, and all the moves that have been combined with him. And this is something that I didn't actually realize when I made the video beforehand. So this is something that is very interesting to me and very liked as well.
Jin Kazama. Two. Yep. Yep. Huh. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ora. What? Ah! Yes. Oh yeah. Huh. Round one.
実はこのヒートタイマーの現象っていうのは
Fight. You win.
Get ready for the next battle! Tekken 8! New challenger! Jin Kazama!
待たせたようだ。
シュート!
俺はもう迷わない。
So as you can see from the two clips, they sound and look very similar. Now, before in Tekken Tag Tournament 1, Jin used to be a combination of Heihachi, Kazuya, Jun, and Asuka. Now, Asuka did take a few moves of Jin, and slowly what they've been doing is they've been taking moves of Jin and they've been really just leaving him empty. So it was like before we used to have like, all the colors, and now we only have like pretty much we have like a blank canvas. That's what it is. But now I'm happy to see that they've combined the moves with him again. Now it looks like he's got moves of Lars, Heihachi, and Lydia, and Jun as well, and Devil Jin. So very good. Before it used to be a combination of four, and now it's a combination of four again. It's good to see that they have rectified their wrong and made him as good as he was before. And with the voice as well, they made him very similar, eerie similar actually, very eerily similar to his Tekken Tag Tournament 1 version, which is something that I really like because that was my starting point in Tekken. But that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. See ya.